we are.
And listening to you talk about that, I was looking at you and I was thinking about how much you've changed in the last year. And
yeah, this huge beard and the long hair,
and to see also how far you've come in terms of pivoting your career. And it is true. Like, pandemics are terrible for a lot of reasons. I do an end of the year reflection, and for anybody who knows me and knows Shane, knows that we are a little bit of an odd couple as friends. But I do this like very thoughtful reflection at the end of the year, and I actually came to the conclusion that 2020 wasn't so bad. And in part, and it wasn't so bad because of the pandemic, because the pandemic caused me to make some changes, try some new things, and so on. And one of the running jokes that Shane and I have has been, he's gotten more organized in the last year with all of his projects, and I've gotten less organized. It's our Freaky Friday theory. But one of the things that a pandemic, I think, is useful for, like, you really had a choice, in my opinion. You could have taken the pandemic and just got to the bottom of Netflix, or you could have created a bunch of stuff. And you and I have been creating a bunch of stuff, and are as busy as ever and making good use of this sort of alone time.
Yeah, I mean, and we're both in a situation where, we're launching these new projects. We're like, do you make money doing this sort of a thing?
I don't know yet.
And this is the way of the artist, mm-hmm. And it's something that it's cool to see you become so experimental, because you had that stable income and career being a professor. I got that college
professor money. That's
that's
true.
But you have and have stability, but you're on kind of sabbatical when all of this mm-hmm. happened, and in doing all of these things, it's also kind of made you think, like, well, this is something, maybe I'm interested in exploring more and more. And whereas I'm a little more like, all right, if I don't make something happen, I'm going to die. I'll die one day. I better be really funny.
It's really true. It is an interesting thing, because in Stick to Business, I had a bunch of lessons that didn't make the cut in the mm-hmm. book. And one of those lessons was called No Plan B. And I actually came up with that lesson based upon speaking to your brothers and sisters who are comedians. Mm-hmm. And, the idea is that I've had so many people say, it was either I succeeded or I died, or I was in prison, or I was in rehab, or I was in, you know what I mean? Like the alternative was just destroyed. Yeah. Exactly. And I have never done that, so I'm a business school professor, and I find myself not very good at making money outside of that. Like, I sort of had pivoted into the world of art more than the world of entrepreneurship. Yeah. And the question is my university salary making me lazy? Is it making me not innovative enough, not taking big enough risks, and so on? Because, I grew up poor, and I sought the security of the university, and it's, it's paid off, as both in terms of prestige and in terms of resources. But the reason I got rid of the no plan B thing is because I think that you can succeed with no plan B, and you can succeed with a sort of side hustle mentality. And so I have a side hustle that's, over the course of the pandemic, has become a primary hustle. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to be faced with, I hope, a situation where I decide, do I leave academia in order to pursue this stuff full time, or do I stay and continue my evening and weekend dabbling?